welcome to my channel. It is Monday, July 9th. It's about 8:11 a.m. I got to sleep in a little bit this morning. That normally doesn't happen for me, especially on a weekday morning. I'm normally up, sometime 5:30, 6 o'clock, but I didn't get out of bed until 7:30. Crazy, right? I've already had my coffee and done a few things around the house. I apologize if you can hear my air conditioner in the background. It promises to be another really humid day. So I just keep the air conditioner running constantly, and it has a temperature setting thing on it. It'll turn itself off when it reaches a certain temperature, and it just helps to keep the house tolerable. It's actually a really nice air conditioner. It makes it a little bit more than tolerable, but we kind of need it, especially with the pets in the house. We don't want, especially this time of year, we really don't want the pets to suffer, so we tend to leave the air conditioner on all the time, and this year having one that turns itself on and off is so far been really good for the electric bill instead of one that just runs constantly. Anyway, so today is Monday. A couple of things to talk about, just a couple of little life updates, crafty updates. Let me talk about the weekend because that was the most exciting part. I think I had mentioned last week that a friend was passing through New Hampshire on her way to Maine. She lives in Kentucky. She is someone that I met playing World of Warcraft years ago, many years ago, and we became really good friends during the course of the game. And I don't play the game anymore. I had my shoulder was dislocated almost 3 years ago, and it never healed right. And I have a really hard time holding the mouse when using the computer in any consistent way for more than a few minutes at a time. So it makes it really hard for any kind of competitive gaming or any kind of gaming at all where you're playing a game with other people and they rely on you to not be just terrible. So it caused way too much pain, and I did try to play through the injury for about, I want to say, 6 months, and then another 6 months beyond that just casual, and it just became something that I couldn't do anymore, and it no longer made sense to continue to pay for the game if I couldn't get what I wanted to get from the game. So basically I retired from the game, and there were a couple of friends that I met in the game that I'm still close to online, but we've never met in real life. Anyway, so this particular friend, her name is Elaine, was passing through New Hampshire on her way to Maine like last month, and she had us set aside the day to meet her in person, and she came, and she ended up coming a day early actually, because she was planning to come on Sunday and have like a picnic lunch with us, but she was within 6 hours from us by Saturday night, and our town fireworks for the 4th of July were going to be Saturday night. So I said, if you can make it here, she was somewhere near Ithaca, New York, or something like that. I don't remember. If you can make it here by 7 o'clock, then we can take you with us and you can go to the fireworks. And she made it. So she, it was the first time that I've met her in person. It was amazing. I can't even describe to you guys how awesome it is to actually meet and be able to hug somebody that you love. We've been friends for years now. So it was incredible. It was an incredible experience. Of course, we've been Facebook friends for many years now, so we're already kind of entwined in that part of each other's lives, so it wasn't like meeting a complete stranger. Anyway, so we invited her to spend the night here with us. She's on kind of a long, rambly road trip. She's retired now, so she kind of does these fabulous road trips and just gets in her vehicle and takes her time and sees things that she wants to see. So we invited her to stay on Saturday night, and she did, and it was amazing. And she was with us on Sunday morning, and we made a big brunch, and we got to visit for a couple of more hours and just chat. And she left yesterday, Sunday afternoon, to go on her way. Her path, she was going to go through northern New Hampshire and go into Maine. And we hope on her way back through she takes the southern route. We wrote down a couple of the fabulous places to stop in like southern Maine. So hopefully she goes through southern Maine on her way back through. But so amazing. And like as of last night, she was posting, she was in past the White Mountains in New Hampshire, and she was doing Mount Washington, the Mount Washington car trail, and just really cool person. It was amazing to get to meet her and to spend some actual time with her. I feel just so energized and refreshed, I guess. Just kind of hard to explain. It just kind of was really nice to see and to meet her. So that was amazing. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys about because I was just so excited. She is a knitter and she knits with wool, and I had mentioned to her like years ago, this is back when I was still playing World of Warcraft, and it was winter and just playing the game, and this house, as you guys know, is not insulated very well, so it's really hard to heat. So even if we have, you know, the heat blasting in here, it's still really warm. I'm sorry, really not, it's really cool, and it's hard to get warm, so, you know, you often have to wear layers of clothes. And I had told her that it would be really cool if I had fingerless gloves so that I could still, you know, use the keyboard or the mouse and stuff, but kind of warm up my hands. And she's like, oh, well, I'll make you a pair of fingerless gloves. So, and I completely forgot about it, and she brought these with her. She did make me a pair of fingerless gloves. She just hadn't mailed them yet. So I wanted to show you guys these gloves, and they're a beautiful, rich, sort of hunter dark green. I love them. They're amazing. And I posted a picture of them on my Facebook. If you're on my Facebook page and want to see. Hubby took a picture of me wearing them yesterday. So they're amazing, and she pulled these vintage buttons from her button box to pull the look together. And she's like, oh, they don't match. And I'm like, oh my God, that's like perfect. That makes it even more special. Like, you guys know me, like nothing matches. So anyway, so I absolutely love them. They're going to be treasured. I'm going to, I'm sure that they'll be helpful with crafting as well. Just because, again, it's really cold in here and my hands get cold, but being able to use my fingertips, just not with any glue because I don't want to get glue on the wool here, but just being able to use my fingertips is going to be a huge help. So I'm probably going to keep these in my desk drawer. I did have a pair of fingerless gloves. They were just, you know, an inexpensive acrylic pair that I picked up at Walmart or something years ago. And my daughter ended up stealing them, so I don't want that to happen to these. These are gorgeous. And of course, I have Etsy friends, you know, who do knitting and crochet, and this is not... this is a very time-consuming and pricey for supply gift. So these are quite treasured. I love them. So I wanted to show you guys those before I put them away. That's why they've been sitting on my desk here. And of course, she gave me this them in this little box, and then in the bottom of the box, chocolate. Is one of kind of the long-running jokes when playing World of Warcraft. We do raids where a whole bunch of people get together and try to kill big monsters together, and it's a big cooperative effort, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a bonding experience, and how one gets to make all these close friends. But I'm not much of a drinker. I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. It's not that I'm against it. I just don't really like the taste of most alcohols, and I just don't like it enough to actually buy the stuff that I do like to keep at home. So it's a long-running joke while people, you know, you take a break, the people get up and go get another beer or another drink or whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get another chocolate milk. So chocolate is kind of a long-running joke. Anyway, it was an amazing experience, and I'm so very happy. Our other piece of news is that we, Ron and I, my husband and I, and I talked to you guys a little bit about this before, we decided to pretty much write off the van, his van, where it's now at the point where the repairs plus the amount of gasoline that we spend for him to commute, just driving it every month, is like, it's way too much. It's just more than we can handle. So we've decided to sell the van, and we bought a new car. And I'm pretty sure that somewhere Dave Ramsey is having a stroke, because that is not what you're supposed to be doing when you're paying off debt. We did, it is a used car, so I shouldn't say it's a new car. It's a used car, very reasonably priced. It's a very small Chevrolet Spark. It gets like 40 miles to the gallon. It's a very small car, but it is a four-door. We all did fit in the car for the test drive, so it's something that we can use as a family vehicle. The downsides are it doesn't have any four-wheel drive or anything, so it's not going to be a very practical car for some of the year. Very reasonably priced. It had very low mileage. I think the vehicle only has 36,000 miles on it. Extremely reasonable car payments. We do have really good credit, so that does help a lot. I can't stress enough the importance of, because we've learned our lesson the hard way, because we spent many years with not very good credit, and then individually with not good credit. I was really, really stupid when I was younger, and he went through a really nasty divorce and bankruptcy. So we both had kind of like separate, just awful things. And then when we first got together, we were trying to fix it, and then we had Leah, and my pregnancy was not expected. I was not supposed to be able to have children, and I do only have the one child. So, but we didn't have insurance, so all of the trappings that come with having to, cash flow having your own baby. So I won't worry you guys with the whole details, but but probably the past, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, we've been really, really, really good about paying bills and paying off debt and so on and so forth. So even though we do have a lot of credit card bills that we're working on, we do still make all of our payments and everything. So we do have really good credit. So basically we got a really good deal on this vehicle, and the car payment is like a quarter, less than a quarter of what we pay monthly just for gas with the other car. So no, maybe roughly about a quarter. Okay, the car payment is about a quarter of what we pay monthly for gas for the car. So my hope is that consider, and then the gas, he's still on the same tank of gas. We bought the car on Friday, and he went from the dealer, which is an hour from 2 hours from his work. So he went from the dealer to his work with the car, to home and back, and then we were traveling all over the place all weekend with the car. He's not even used half a tank of gas yet. So I'm going to budget, I'm pretty sure it's a generous amount, but we'll see a couple of weeks of collecting data. I'm going to budget about $40 a week for gas, which is less than half. We used to have to do about $130, sometimes $140 a week in gas for him for the van. So anyway, that's less than the car payment. So hopefully Dave Ramsey will forgive us for making that decision. And we did put a cash down payment down on the car as well. So that helped a little bit. Anyway, he's very pleased with it. I had a chance to drive it last night. He and I went out for a little bit last night without Leah. Our landlord babysat, and I had a chance to drive it, and it's okay. Again, I'm just really hesitant about it not having any kind of four-wheel drive, because where we are currently right now, this rental is situated deep in the woods. The roads are not very well maintained. We often don't get plowed until like the very last, if at all, in the winter. So this is definitely not going to be a car that we're going to be able to get in and out of here. So it really kind of puts the pressure on to for two things. One, either we have to find another rental, which we've been looking all along, that's more closer to town where this isn't a problem, or two, he's going to have to take my car, which is four-wheel drive, during those terrible days in the winter. But that's going to be crippling for us, because I have to be able to get out to get Leah from school, because we're that far away from town that there's no school bus transportation out here in the woods where we are. So that might be a problem, and something that I did talk to him about. But men, and they're, oh, it'll be fine, we'll worry about it later attitude. So that's like a whole other thing that I will I will probably be bitching about later. Anyway, so I'm really sorry that I just took up like half your morning with all of my weekend stuff, but just a couple of really interesting things going on. We did clean out the van. My husband did fix, we already had the part, he had the part to fix, we had some kind of a coolant leak or something, so he fixed that. I'm not a car person, I don't really know the terminology for stuff, but he fixed that yesterday, and that's working better. So we were, I think I discussed with you guys, we were going to take the time to put new tires on the vehicle, which might have boosted its value a little bit. We decided that, I don't know, unless the car just isn't selling, it's probably not going to be worth our time. We were going to trade in the van for the new car, but because the van has a salvage title, they were only going to give us like $50 or something for the van, and we're like, you know what? We can probably get $500 or $600 for the car as it is outright. So he wants to do it that way, which is just fine. A salvage title means, and I'm sure it's probably kind of the same everywhere, it means that the car had probably been totaled in an accident. We're not the original owners of this van, the vehicle that I'm referring to. I keep saying car, but I mean van. That is information that wasn't given to us when we bought the van. We bought the van from an elderly couple in Massachusetts, and we paid cash for it years ago. And they neglected to tell us about the salvage title. It wasn't until we bought the car and had everything transferred to New Hampshire and paid to have the title transferred to our name, and then they mailed us the title and it said salvage on it. So we paid about 5 times more for the car than we should have. We paid $5,000 in cash for this car. We think that it was a deliberate thing that they chose not to mention to us. And it turns out that they didn't have to mention it to us. We should have known to ask, which was not something that we knew to ask. We didn't know that we had to ask if it was a salvage title or not. So apparently the ball of neglect is in our court. That was a huge, very expensive, unfortunate lesson to learn. But I'm only telling you guys just an FYI. Now we're sure to ask every time we look at a car. If you're looking at a used car, especially if you're not buying it from a dealer where they're legally required to disclose everything to you, do what do they call it? A Carfax check. Ask about the title or anything, because they have to tell you the truth. We didn't know to ask. I can't believe somebody wouldn't have mentioned it. It's so hideously unethical. It's not even funny. But there you go. So, and now we're trying to sell the van right now. We're very clear. We said right in our advertisement, salvage title, salvage title. So anyway, please be careful when you're buying a vehicle, guys. Okay, so this week we do not have a ton going on. Our big news this upcoming week is that Tuesday, tomorrow, is my daughter's 10th birthday, so that's very exciting. She is technically still in bed, but she's home, so I'm not going to talk too much about what we're going on for that in case she pops out here, but I'll tell you guys another time. However, Sunday is her birthday party, so we have a lot of decorations and things. We did do a haul, a Dollar Tree haul of party supply stuff that we got. I don't know when it's going to be uploaded. It'll probably be uploaded after this video, but just in case anybody's interested, I know people like Dollar Tree stuff, and Leah, of course, loves to help with videos, so I did buy a lot of Dollar Tree stuff to do her party decorations. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Thursday afternoon, my daughter's in the summer reading program for the library. We have a concert Thursday afternoon that's associated with the library. Friday, my car is getting fixed. If you guys remember that big debacle with that thing that had to be strapped back onto my car. My mechanic can fit me in on Friday afternoon to get that fixed. So I will do that also on Friday. If you're familiar with Scrapbooking Made Simple, I think is the name of the website. She does a YouTube video. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, that's it. She has a YouTube channel, Stacy, and she presents. She calls them her classes. She presents kind of new products and new techniques every Saturday. So check that out, and I'll link her channel down below. But they're doing her online store is called Scrapbooking Made Simple. .com, and I'll link that down below as well. Friday is going to be the start of their huge annual sale, and they call that the shop that did not hop. And I'm not entirely sure why they call it that, but anyway, it's going to be this huge sale. They have like over 1,000 products that are up to 90% off retail. A lot of them dyes. Like she showed some of the sample products. She's going to have like a $33 dye that's only going to be 99 cents or something. It's going to be this big, huge thing. So if you're interested in that, that sale is going to go live on Friday morning. It's like 9 o'clock her time, and I think she's in California. So you'll have to double check. Take a look at her recent YouTube videos from what I link below, and she talks more in detail about what time it is. But the thing with this sale is that you order the stuff, but it doesn't ship for at least 6 months, or like maybe closer to a year in some cases before your order ships. So this is not will not be a way to order for any immediate projects or things that you want to do. This is like something that's such a good deal that you don't mind it being Christmas almost a year from now, opening up the box and seeing those things. But anyway, I forgot about it last year, and I just forgot. I put some stuff in my cart, and I forgot to come back to pay. And that was really stupid of me. So this year I'm definitely going to check that out, and I'm thinking that I'm going to pick up some extra stuff for giveaways and stuff like that. So that sort of thing, stuff that I don't mind, 6 months or longer for those projects. So definitely check that out if you're interested. That is what is going on this week on my planner, except that I do have to get to the post office today to send out a Happy Mail, and I have another Happy Mail that's not due out until next Thursday for a friend, and she's just, my friend Leanne has just joined our paper crafting group that I talked about a couple weeks ago, and we were very coincidentally assigned for a memory decks exchange together, which is fun and all. That's great. So her stuff is ready to go, but I normally have like I normally prepare like another Happy Meal for her every month or so anyway. That's not ready yet, so I'm not sure if I should wait and do them all together or just whatever. I think I might, if I have to go to the post office anyway today, I'm probably going to just send out her memory decks, and I'll keep working on her other Happy Meal for later this month, which is kind of another thing. But as is my custom, I will show all of those things off in another video that will air like next month after everybody gets their stuff. Other than that, that is what is going on for this week. I'm also working on birthday party banners for my daughter and then for another little girl. So my other news is here. Look at this, guys. It came. It finally arrived. My glass mat is finally here. It came yesterday, Sunday. Awesome. I love it that Amazon Prime forces the post office to deliver on Sundays sometimes. Our post office, we're so rural out here that if they're out on Sundays anyway doing Amazon Prime, they'll also bring other stuff. But this came from a cherryontop.com. This is a pre-order that I had back in January, and it kept getting bumped and bumped and bumped and bumped and bumped. So I'm super excited about this. The mat is currently kind of backwards for me. It would normally be the other way around with the craft mat work area here to my right. I'm right-handed, and I think that certainly that would be more convenient, and I kind of sat at my desk with it the other way around a little bit yesterday. I may just keep it this way backwards. This is the area where you would do your ink smooshing and stuff like that, and this is your work surface. My keyboard for my computer and everything is right over here. So I was thinking it might be more convenient for me to have the workspace here versus the craft mat here, because I might accidentally brush and smoosh my hand through piles of paint or whatnot. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I certainly don't mind it being upside down from... It's right side up from your view because the camera's across from me, but I certainly don't mind it being upside down aesthetically. I don't really care, but I'm really excited to work with this. It's a little too late for some of the projects that I've been doing lately. But I do have another project that I have been trying to work on. And I wonder if I have it right here. I can show you. Oh, my drawer. Incidentally, I have a whole drawer of haul stuff that I need to do another haul video, and I just haven't had the time. I've been getting a bunch of stuff for my Christmas card series this year, so using products that came out last year, or older than that. So I have a ton of stuff that has just been coming in over the past couple of weeks, and I shove it into a drawer to the side of me, and I forget about it. So it's just about time to do a Happy Meal haul. So look for that probably later this week. But I've been working on like an ink smooshing method, and it's just trying to work off my table, and it's not working as nice as I would like it to. So I'm really excited to have this. So I'm gonna redo this, giving it a try with this glass mat now. Anyway. So that's what we have. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you guys was that I went to Staples to get, Staples is a great place. You don't normally think of it for your craft supplies, but I get my white cardstock there. This is the 110-pound cardstock. It's 250 pages. This is heavy enough to use for card bases, at least for lightweight cards anyway. So I'll use this for card bases. This goes through my printer beautifully, so I use this to print like color charts that I'm working on. What else? Print and cut for the Cricut, you know, coloring. So this works beautifully. I like it. I've even done my alcohol marker coloring on it. I've done some ink blending. It's not perfect. Like, it's not like the best surface ever, but I've definitely learned to work with it for stamping and coloring, and it's perfectly acceptable at its price point versus something like a Nina, which is like 3 times as much money for the same amount. I really like it. So, and I also, when I visited Staples, I got more refills for my label maker. Because again, I have a whole drawer. I knew that I have a whole drawer of stuff sitting over here that's waiting for me to do a haul so that I can get everything labeled and stuff. I usually like to show stuff off to you guys before I run the label. So I knew that I needed more labels. So the reason why I bring this up is I wanted to point it out to you that I normally will order online because our Staples closed about 1.5 years ago. They went out of business, which is super sad because I love Staples. So I normally order online, but I happened to be near a Staples anyway on Friday on the way home after we bought the car. And my daughter and I stopped at Staples. And we also stopped at Hobby Lobby, but just to look around, but we don't have anything to show off. Anyway, aside from the point. So I knew that I was running kind of lowish on cardstock and that I needed more of the label maker stuff. So I grabbed them. These were around $13, $14 just for this one cartridge. And then this paper was around $18 or $19 just for this thing of paper. And I was like, oh my God, no. So I went online. I have their app on my phone, and I went online and opened up their app. And on the app, these are on sale for $6.39, and this was on sale for $12.15. So when I got to the cash register, I asked if she would price match the app, and I already know that they do. I mean, because I've done it in plenty of Staples before, but I didn't know if the Staples would honor it or not. She said absolutely. They honored the price from their app. So again, I got this for $6.39, and this for $12.15, which together is less than the asking price for just this paper. So they do carry a lot of other things at Staples. I've seen them. They do like ink pads, and you know, if your Staples happens to be one that carries a broad range of things, Staples come in a wide variety of sizes, so they all obviously don't carry the same things. But take a look at your Staples, and if there's anything crafty or even office-wise that you'd like to use, Staples in general, just download their app and check their prices. And if their prices on the app are better than the prices in the store, ask them to price match, and they will. It's been my experience that every single one of them has. So I'm sure that there's a company policy about that, but so that was an amazing savings. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Anyway, so that is what is going on for my Monday chat. Thanks so much for sticking around with me. I'm sorry that this is like another half an hour long video. So look for in the future this month, sometime this month, I'll have the Happy Mail to show off for you guys, and a big haul. I'll try to get that organized. I think I might have another package or two that's still coming. So I'll probably wait for that, and then I'll organize it, and then I'll sit down and do a real big haul later this week. A lot of Christmas stuff coming. Christmas stuff because I plan to do a Christmas card series for you guys. And look at these cute little, I just see them over here. I've got to put them, look at these cute little Ruth Bader Ginsburg I colored from the Kindred stamp set. I'm making a little project with those. That's why they're sitting out over here. Anyway, I hope that you guys had a really nice weekend. I hope to hear from you on my Instagram or my Facebook. Feel free to reach out if you want to chit chat or whatever, and I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.